And welcome back to Wellington Regional Aquatic Centre 2021 Interzone Championships semi-finals, Seed 2 versus Seed 3. So Northern A versus Northern B. So Northern A, we go through cap number 2 and cap number 8. They're both sitting out, so Kirsty Burrows and Paige Moran. But still a strong lineup from Northern A here. Kirsty Whitehead is cap number 3, Georgia Child number 4. Obviously both out of the New Zealand women's team. Marique Bavalar, cap number 6. Rachel Tinkler, number 7. Again, a World Championship from 2018 player there. Gabrielle Hoskins, Stella Mackerel, Danielle Gibson at cap number 11. Emma Bavalar, cap number 12. And Charlotte Borich, cap number 13. So Lauren, Northern B. So we can just see on the side of the pool there, Rebecca Dean, number 5 for Northern B. Again, one of the under 19 world champions from 2019. So sitting in there, she'll be a core player to watch, very speedy back in that Northern B side.
Yes, and I am certainly appreciative of the difference in tog colour for the teams. So quite nice. So there is the Northern B team are sitting on those green togs, and the Northern A are in those blue togs.
Yeah. So swimsuits, remember international. So swimsuits, togs is a New Zealand term, Lauren. So always get caught out, but it's great to see the. Basically, you can see the Northern B is a couple of under 24 New Zealand representatives with a whole lot of under 19 representatives, and through 3 uncapped players. And then the Northern A being basis of the New Zealand women's team with some under 24 world champs in there as well. So it'll be interesting to see how this B side goes. As the coach of a lot of those players, it's interesting to see how the girls go against these big name players sitting in the 18.
Yeah, because some of those, not only are some of those players very strong, they're also very familiar with each other, and that's obviously a pretty great thing to be familiar. Underwater hockey is a very three-dimensional game, and so when you know how your teammates and can trust them, and you know exactly where they're going to be, it makes things a little bit easier on yourself, because underwater hockey is a truly team sport. So yeah, underwater hockey is a great game like that, isn't it, Tristan? In the sense that you can't just have one star player and rely on them. It really is that team.
All right, we're about to get underway. 10-second countdown is starting to go. And first strike in the semi-final. And the Northern B women move the puck out to the far side. And very static play. Big push here from Northern A, pushing into the attacking zone.
So advantage being played by the referee. You can see Sam was just signalling on the surface there. But so essentially, what happens is that to stop impeding the play, so that we're not stopping all the time, if someone manages to get possession, the refs just play advantage. Very similar, like in other sports, and it just keeps the flow of the game going. And generally, the rule is about 2 meters. So once the team has moved it away 2 meters, the advantage is over.
Right, so the Northern B team get it out to the far wall. Just starting to inch towards the middle of the pool. Again, you're noticing they're kind of backwards and forwards going across the pool as they're trying to find space in the open gap.
Yeah, and so the reason just for trying to find that space is really that, and you'll see why the defending team trying to push it out to that wall is just the goal's 3 metres wide, and to score it up the wall it's about 3 inches.
So referees award the goal to, looks like number 3.
Number 4. Yep. So number 4, Georgia Child.
So Northern A have just scored their first goal. And we're back underway.
And both teams doing pretty well to, you can see both are trying to move that away from the wall.
Right, referee's call, stick infringement against the Northern A team. They'll be marched back to 3 metres. Puck will be reset.
And so a stick infringement is essentially just when you go for the other player's stick with your stick instead of the puck. So yeah, so it's just make sure that when you are tackling them, that you are making sure that you're going only for that puck and not their arm or their stick.
Right, Northern A pushing into the 5 metre zone, attacking zone. Big flick through, trying to link with the forwards under pressure. And they've just cleared it out, Northern B. Northern A are now cycling it through. Another attempted shot into the middle. Good body position here from the Northern B team, just keeping the lowest player there to stop the player coming on over the top. And they clear it back out to the corner.
And
away goes one of the forwards. And back out to halfway. Referee's call. Lauren, what's that one?
So that is another stick infringement by white, so black has gained that advantage. So that was again probably just in that tackle with that swim around. The player managed to clip the stick instead of using that.
So illegal stopping, I think. Looking at the signal from the referee.
Yep.
Marching back the A team again. So Northern A push back. Restart again.
So referee's playing advantage, you can see. Just the moving of that hand signal, and he's just called that because the puck has moved.
Okay, Northern A push back.
So
again.
it was a gloving.
Gloving, so basically that's pushing the puck with the glove or the arm actually, but advancing the puck illegally.
So yes, you do need to be very accurate, not only when you are tackling players, but also when you are advancing the puck yourself as well. Because there is a very small area on that surface of the stick. So that is another ref's call. You could see him just giving a bit of a warning to one of those black players, but as an equal puck being called. So there's another call being made. So for obstruction against that white team.
So it looks like obstruction called against number 9, Gabrielle Hoskins. So she gets pushed back 3 metres.
Yeah, and depending on the severity of the infraction or how frequently a player has done it, depends on the penalties awarded. So a lot of the time it is just an advantage puck. Team is pushed back 3 metres, but the player can be sent out for 1, 2, or 5 minutes if it is deemed serious enough.
Right, middle of the pool, Northern B on defence. Northern A pushing hard, trying to link up. Nice turn there, dispossessed by Northern A player.
So that is not a goal. So
referee call.
So a stick infringement has been called against Christy Whitehead. That was their number 3 cap. But yes, another way you get used to, after watching players for a while, you'll sort of see the way they sort of sit with their body, sometimes the shape of their head, whether they have a big bun on the top or something like that, and certainly their fins is a really good way to tell them apart.
Big flick, knocked down, just kept out. Referee call.
So they're just confirming. So the refs have stopped time, and they are just having a discussion about that, because it looks like there have been 2 infringements at the same time, and one they're just conferring about the seriousness of the nature of it. Looks like there may be a sin bin here, and potentially, and they'll be obviously looking as to whether a goal is being awarded. Yeah.
So penalty goal there. Look, most of that looks like an illegal knockdown, so either hit the hand or the arm rather than the stick. You can just see it here in the replay. You can just see that knockdown there. It was saying it's hit the hand rather than the stick, so they were awarding the goal, as it almost certainly would have gone in the goal if they hadn't have touched it. So back underway. 2-0 lead to the Northern A team.
But yes, Northern B doing a very good job in making that A team work very hard for any of those goals and for also any advancement. So there's a stick infringement against Black. So time has just been stopped.
So time out to the Northern A team by the looks.
Yeah, so each team has the opportunity to take a 1-minute time out and per half. And so that can be taken either just to take a break, but generally it's about the coach coming in to just talk to them, give them a bit of advice, and help them out.
Yep, so we've got the Northern B coach in there, Tristan O'Neill. He's also the current women's under-24 New Zealand coach. And then Emma Ray's coaching the Northern A, obviously one of our World Championship women players, and also the previous coach of the women's under-24 side. So very experienced coaching on both sides, so it's pretty good for Northern. A lot of experience and capability, and it's great to see Tristan looking after the young ones there.
Yeah, and you can really see that in the play, at how well both of these teams are doing at not only working together, but also being able to shut down the other team and stop them getting sort of free reign of that puck and creating space for themselves.
So advantage being played. Looks like for the Northern A team.
So the advantage is finished. You would have just seen the ref there sort of flatten their hand out, and that's just to sort of signal to the chief that that is finished. The referees also have actually a headphone system on, and so all the referees can hear the chief talking to them, and so the chief can sort of signal to them who sort of calls first, and so that becomes very handy, so that all of so that the refs don't have to look up. So that is another call made. So that is a gloving call against white. So that's just using the glove to advance that puck.
So good work there from Molly McHale, just under pressure, keeping the puck on his stick, maintaining position. Referee's call.
Is that an obstruction call against Northern B?
Right, so they get marched back. The puck will be reset at the 5 metre line. Now it's quite good in the Kilbinny pool here. You can see the 3 metre D, which is this orange tile. And that's a solid circle going around the outside.
Yeah, so we're pretty lucky here because on this court we actually have the tiles to tell us about those court markings, which is, so sometimes it's very hard. We're relying on sort of body lengths of refs or things like that. So it's great here being able to have those exact markings there on the floor. So that's a stoppage of time, and Team Black is taking their timeout for this first half. So
Tristan O'Neill's called that timeout for his Northern B side. Just come in and settle it down. They've been under pressure, playing well. We look at Northern A, you can see Charlotte Borich there, number 13. Just quietly there listening, and Georgia Child, number 4, and number 7. Recently married Rachel Tinkler.
Yeah, so some might be familiar, would be familiar with Rachel Arbuckle. So yes, recently married, just changed her name to Tinkler. And she is the centre for the Northern A team. So that centre one is the one basically not in the centre of the pool, but in the centre of the formation. And so underwater hockey is quite different with a few other sports in regards to we position ourselves sort of around each other and around the puck is where our positioning is, rather than in relation to the court as such. So it's quite cool. So even though someone might be like the goalie, they'll be right up there and involved in the play the whole time.
Right. So Northern A sprinting out wide over to the far side, trying to centre it into the middle. They've linked up, passing through. Here comes one of the forwards. Nice turn, 45, swim, just intercepted. And you can just see this drive, and you see how effective momentum is. Pucks into the tray. Goals being signalled. Looks like goal to number 11, Danielle Gibson.
Yeah, so you can just see Danielle right in the middle there with those short fins.
And puck is in the tray. So great work there, Northern A.
Yeah, and Danielle is certainly one of those players. You would have seen the leg movement there. She has a very strong kick there, and can certainly get that momentum behind the puck, and it makes it very hard to tackle her.
Back underway, less than 2 minutes left in the first half. And 4-0 to the Northern A team, the white team. Referee's call.
So that is a gloving call against white.
Northern B pushing hard into the Northern A defence. It's a good drive. Just needs a couple of their back line being closer to the forward, really put the pressure on.
Yeah, you could see that Northern A team just doing a little bit of a scramble in that corner to try and get there, because Northern B did do a very good job as a team advancing that puck up.
Yeah, so good tackle there by Northern B.
So that's a ref's call being made. So that's a stick infringement against the white team, and they may be able to. We might just be able to reset fast enough that we can get about 10 seconds
to go.
10 seconds of play before the end of the half.
Drive. Northern A got their stick back onto the puck. In position.
Ooh, close.
And
so that is time being called. So that's half time. So we now have a 3-minute break until play resumes.
Yep, so half time, Northern A 4 versus Northern B 0 as they switch ends. Both coaches will get in and have a quick chat and try and focus on something. So we've got Alicia there, number 7, the captain, on the right hand side. Rebecca Dean, number 5. Montana Wilson, number 10. And Jess Huddart, number 9. So all under 19 and under 23s with Alicia there. So they all know what it's like to play at the World Championships. And it's great to see these guys being competitive up against, in effect, the Northern A, or half of the New Zealand women's squad.
Yeah, and it's pretty cool to watch this level of play. Obviously, last year a lot of our tournaments were affected. Our World Championships were meant to be held in the Gold Coast, so it's pretty impressive and pretty amazing for some of these girls to still be training and keeping up that level of play without necessarily all of that practice, and with those tournaments. And if you watch even some of the fitness levels, you'll notice even with this Northern B team, really obviously been working hard to keep that fitness up, even though they don't necessarily have a tournament at the moment to work towards.
Yeah.
We are hoping this year to hold in age groups, but that is up in the air at the moment, just sort of.
Yeah. So in terms of the world level stuff, it's there's no tournaments this year planned. We did have obviously under 19, under 24s for Turkey. That's been downgraded now to maybe a category B, because at the moment all of Europe's not playing at all, so very unlikely that teams will go there. The other thing, because it's in Turkey, we understand that the UK, South Africa and a couple other countries are not able to enter into Turkey at the moment because of the COVID restrictions. So pretty much the world body has come out and said that Elite Worlds will be in 2023, Junior Worlds will be in 2024, and we'll try and see if we can get an international competition in 2022, although it's unlikely to proceed with, like, New Zealand and Australia, who are inside their bubble, being able to travel into Europe. So unlikely to happen.
Yeah, so a lot of these girls in that Northern A team were actually quite lucky. A tournament I actually attended myself, we went across to the Australian Nationals, and it was held at the end of January last year, and so it was sort of right before restrictions came into place, and there was the issues of 2020
back underway. Yeah, and they just had their Nationals last weekend, actually, last in Easter in Hobart, and they still had half of the Queensland teams were affected with the COVID restrictions, so it's the uncertain world. Back underway.
But pretty cool for Australia to have that national, that national tournament that they were able to play.
Referees call.
And I certainly look forward to hopefully being able to play some games against Australia over the next 12 months. And we'll certainly be looking to attend those Australian Nationals at the start of next year.
So Tina Eyre, number 5, just pushed back there, stick infringement. Northern B collect the puck and get trying to force the play. Big pass there from their centre, but again put out to the wall, slowed down, and referees call again. Okay, no advantage to the Northern B side from that free puck, so they get to reset. The subs get turned over, and we're back underway. Big tackle there from the forward for Northern A, just driving down over halfway. We're just in our dead zone in the water cameras. Just see them backwards and forwards. It looks like Northern A's got possession, just driving up the wall again, pretty static right in the middle of the court, and trying to bring it off the wall. Northern A have got possession, just moving into the Northern B defensive zone. And big chase, centering pass. Northern A in position, slowly driving up 5 metres out from the tray, but stuck on the wall at the moment.
And you'll see those subs just going in. So the in-water subbing works quite well, so you just need to pop in once your head's up. Next player can come in, and underwater hockey is quite unique about that, is that there's no limitations as to the number of times you can substitute players. So sometimes you might only be in play for 10-15 seconds before you're jumping out and switching it up with that player.
Alright, so Northern B in position, just keeping it really tight. Northern A trying to pull it off the wall. They've got it into the middle of the pool. You can just see them passing it along the chain and trying to seek out a forward line. And you can see this big drive, pass in, knocked down. Refs are calling. Right, against the Northern A.
A stick infringement.
Right, the subs come in, back underway. Northern B are in possession of the puck. Going out to the right hand side. Northern A have collected it, back in possession, trying to get it out in the middle of the pool, using their back line. Coming around the outside. You can just see the forward coming in there, and they've just linked the pass through the forward. Now we're on the foul defensive wall. Looks like they've forced it in the tray. See what the referees want to call.
So they have just confirmed that, and that is a goal by Tina.
So cap number 5, Tina Eyre from Northern A.
So you can see, so that's Tina just right on that edge of that goal bin, and she's just managed to essentially just use her sheer strength to just push that puck past. And Tina is actually, not only a great player that's played at a high level for a long period of time, but she's also left-handed, so she can get a few of those sort of quite good body positions and those things, and left-handeds can definitely have a couple of those advantages.
All right, so Northern A caught with an infringement, marched back. Northern B will get possession basically at the halfway line. And we're back underway. That's fine. Looks like we've missed a goal there. We just need to double check with Tony, I think. I think so. Right, back underway. Big drive from the Northern A, trying to get into the open water and trying to move this B team around. Alrighty, deep in the attacking zone, Northern A pushing hard, Northern B clearing out to the corner, trying to get it into their safe zone. reset their formation, figure out where they've lost the pattern, and they're just slowly trying to inch it up the wall. This becomes hard work. Northern A just sitting there camping there, and then just trying to drive 45 degrees towards the goal. You can see that kind of being defended by the Northern B. They're just trying to keep turning it back onto the wall, make it really hard to score. Defensively though,
Yeah, so the refs have actually just sent a player out. So this is the first infraction. So once they've been sent out for 1 minute for an obstruction, so once they reach the side of the pool, the ref will, that's when their time starts, as soon as they reach that sin bin.
Alrighty, so Northern B clear it out of their defensive zone, back up to halfway. Who was the sin bin player there, Lauren? So I think what number 4 was sin bin for Northern A, was it? Yep, Georgia Tile. She was quite put out by getting thrown out of the pool for a minute. Alrighty.
And that is a stoppage of time. So the white team has just taken a team time out.
Right, 7.5 minutes to go. So 3/4 of the game has passed. Just see Emma Ray there talking with Christy Whitehead, number 3. And Marique Bevelar there, number 6.
Yeah. And so Georgia Child is back in at 7:17. So underwater hockey is a bit unique. You can't just sort of jump back in. The play actually has to be active. So if there was a goal scored, anything like that, she'd have to wait until that, or if a ref call was made. Yeah. So if the puck's moving, she can jump back in straight on that 7:17 mark.
Right, the 10-second time is gone. End of the timeout, and we're back underway. And the Northern B team surge out, trying to get their stick onto the puck and get it cleared out of the danger zone. So if we take kind of a 6 metre circle around the outside of the goal, it's kind of the danger zone. We want to keep the puck outside of that. Luckily in this pool we can see that there's some little tiles that indicate a dashed 6 metre circle. And so you can just see they're between the 6 and then just heading up towards the 3. What that 3 metre circle means is that any infringement in that zone, if it may have been a goal, then it can be awarded, and if there's an infringement that might have not been a goal, then it can go to a penalty shot. So it looks like Northern A have pushed that puck in the tray. We've got the referees calling it.
Yeah, so that was Marika Bavaba.
Yep, Marie, number 6.
Yeah, so Emma and Marika are actually sisters, and both very strong players.
Yep, and they both are wingers too, so what it looks like at the moment.
Yeah, and both current world champions as well.
Yep. So Emma was in the women's team, and then Marique was the captain of the New Zealand Under-24s. We're back underway.
And Northern A just with that drive.
Down to the attacking zone. You can just see the extra numbers there, they're slightly different. And there's the linking up and a big flick, hopefully, and into the tray it goes.
Yep. And that looked like that was Tina there in support coming through that middle.
And scored by number 5, Tina Eyre.
Yeah.
So Tina grew up in Wellington, actually, Queen Margaret Old Girl.
Yeah, and you can see her just with the left hand getting that flick in. I'm really making it hard, just pulling that out, and so the tackle was unable to be made. Advantage of being a left-hander. She certainly is a great player and very skilled.
A lot of experience, super fit lady. Loves her running, triathlons and all sorts. Alright, well, Northern A looks like they're running away with this game. As expected, worn down the Northern B side. 5 minutes to go. Just see Rebecca Dean and Montana Wilson there having a bit of a chat, getting ready, putting their masks back on. Montana's always last in the water. You can see her sitting there on the side, and we're back underway. She'll just slip in. She'll be telling me off for naming her and shaming her there, Lauren. And we're back in the middle of the court. Far side wing on a bit of a run. Advantage being played. Just over halfway. The ref's called.
So it's a stick infringement. Again, and free puck for the white team. So stick infringement by the black. So Northern B.
Right. So Georgia Child, number 4, takes the puck in the middle of the court, trying to feed her forwards. Back out the side, I think this is Charlotte with it. And Georgia, number 4, picks the puck up. Just trying to weave her way through and find a forward. Dispossessed. So you can just see, yep, number 4 driving through, trying to pull it off the wall. So at the moment, of course, you can see that the blue
team... And that's Charlotte driving it along, it looks like, along that back wall.
Right
just
up on the goal tray. Looks like the puck is in the goal. We'll see what refs call it or not.
Yeah, they have confirmed the goal, and that is number 5. So Tina again. And so you can see what happened. Tina just coming in. After Charlotte just did that little drive along that wall and just helping that out and popping that puck into the goal bin.
And we're back underway. Good strike. Northern A just there ahead of the Northern B side. Just gives them that little second, and you can just see that the Northern A had just pushed into the Northern B half and pushing quite quickly. Oh, great linking up. It's a good drive. Nice turn. Scrappy puck trying to be cleared by the Northern B. Big pass over the top. Cleared out by Northern B. Here comes the winger on the drive. Just a little bit too high there, and the Northern B were able to get good body position and get a good tackle in back out to the wall. And the referee's call.
So that was number 9 of the white team. So Gabby, I believe it was obstruction, and so that just means that she's sort of impeding the free flow of the puck with her body, essentially. So we always want to make sure that the players aren't being disadvantaged, that they are always able to move forward and that people aren't intentionally trying to stop them. Obviously, you're always welcome to go and tackle and get the puck. And obviously what you can do when you're holding the puck, got your puck on the stick, versus when you're a positional player, it becomes a little bit different. But underwater hockey is quite an exciting game because it's very three-dimensional, so it really does depend how deep you are in the water as well as your positioning in relation to the court as well.
And I see, obviously, good evening to our Italian viewers. It's amazing. and Germany.
And we hope you're enjoying being able to watch some live sport. We're certainly very lucky across here in New Zealand to be able to hold this tournament without any restrictions in place.
And we do have underwater hockey played in both Germany and Italy, although of course most of Europe's on lockdown, so nobody's playing anything. Back, swing it around. Strong drive, back out to the wall by Northern B. Referee's call. So 44 seconds to go in the match.
Yeah, and so you'll just notice the stoppage of play, and that just happens in the last 2 minutes of the game, just to make sure that referee times, if things aren't set up quick enough, that it's not impeding the ability to play the game.
Yeah, it stops the time wasting and by infringements and getting out of jail type thing. So with the time. So back underway, big turn in the middle of the pool. Cleared out, trying to find the left wing, right hand wing, and missing that. Northern B get a tackle on. Stick infringement. So they again stick contact to the stick hand or rather than to the puck. So Northern B get pushed back 3 metres. You just see number 4 there, the centre of the Northern A team, Georgia Child, pops down on the puck and she's back underway. Looks like she didn't have her forwards with her and she had to take the puck by herself. 12 seconds to go. So Northern A in control of this game. Going with the seeding.
Yeah, but Northern B's certainly showing some impressive work at being able to block some of that free flow, and certainly didn't let them get any sort of big swims or anything like that, which is pretty impressive.
Yeah, so full time Northern A 8, Northern B 0. So seed 2 advances to the finals, and they will meet the Central A side. So half of the New Zealand team versus the other half pretty much. And then Northern B will go on to the 3rd and 4th playoff.
With against the South Island.
Yep.
And we will see you shortly for the second semi-final between the second semi-final for the men.
Yep.
Which is Northern A versus Southern A, and this will be a pretty exciting game to watch. This is the 2nd and the 3rd seed, and really confident bring strong.
Check question and so